Thank you.
Are we going the way of Europe, not in national health care or becoming a socialist state, but strikes, namely airline strikes? Are there walkouts on the horizon for our airlines? Hunter Kay is here, Senior Airlines Analyst at Stifel. Nicolaus joining us. Given the state of the airline industry, do the unions now, whether it's pilots, baggage handlers, do they have any leverage at all with the airlines?
Not currently, but it's quickly turning and probably in their favor. The pilot unions in particular are smart guys, and they read the research and they see the profit estimates that Wall Street people put out there, and they see the profitability likelihood for a lot of carriers, particularly United Airlines, to name one, in 2010 and certainly accelerating in 2011. I think they're biding their time, and I think that they're waiting to get some concessions back probably early next year. But in terms of the outlook for 2010, there's really nothing near term on the horizon because they just don't have the leverage right now.
Can we handicap the odds of not just the pilots, but the baggage workers, the gate agents? What about their strike?
Striking odds, very low. I mean, you have to remember that you can't just strike. You need to have the legal authorization. You need to be released from national mediation. The national mediator needs to effectively declare an impasse. Unions can declare that they have the votes to authorize a strike, but the national mediator actually has to let them out of negotiations, and then the president has the actual legal authority to intervene and stop them from striking, which Clinton actually did with American pilots in years past. So I'd say there's a very low likelihood of a pilot or flight attendant strike at a major airline anytime soon.
Hunter, well, as you pointed out, it all hinges on the financial stability and improvement at these airlines. What is it looking like right now? Are we seeing a comeback in business traffic at all? Certainly fortunes are improving for the airlines.
They are. We're pretty optimistic about airlines at this point in time. They've had a great run. A lot of these things have doubled over the last really 6 months, but we still see more upside. I think you're going to start to see some separation with specific names in the space, but I think if you're at all bullish at all on even a protracted recovery, we see very good upside here from the airlines, particularly names like United and American and Delta, and Alaska Air Group for that matter too. But I think as long as you're generally bullish in the economy, you're going to see corporate travel come back, and it's all predicated on capacity discipline. That's what gives these guys pricing power.
What about this JFK runway repair? 4 months down for the biggest runway. People say more delays, higher costs. That doesn't add up well to the busiest airline market in the United States.
Well, yeah, but again, this is already pretty much largely budgeted on the cost side. Analysts already largely have it baked into their models, so we certainly do at Stifel. But again, the airlines are operating a winter schedule for the 4 months the runway is down. And if anything, you might actually get a little bit of a pricing benefit because of the capacity cut. So anything that results in fewer capacity, fewer planes in the sky, we're pleased to see on Wall Street because that obviously does drive pricing power. So it's modeled on the cost side, and you might actually get an incremental uptick in revenues as well, in pricing, I should say.
And then in terms of fuel cost, Hunter, $80 a barrel, thereabouts, for the cost of crude. The airlines can manage that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. You've seen a great improvement in hedge books over the last 4 months. Airlines have accessed the capital markets through a number of liquidity initiatives, and a lot of that cash has gone towards building hedge books. So United Airlines, the name one, is 70% hedged in the first quarter and 40% hedged for the full year of 2010. That's pretty good. Other airlines like U.S. Airways are unhedged because they've got a little bit more pressure on the cash side. But we're not really worried about crude until it gets maybe over $90 a barrel. But even expensive crude, again, as we talked about before, serves as a deterrent for new capacity, and that's a good thing.
Hunter, it's good to see you. Thank you so much.